Right then, time for another new attraction. I think they're just sending a group in now, so I'm about to miss that one, but they'll send them through quite quick. Yeah, really. Oh, what we've got? Talking box. Yeah, this is a great atmosphere already. But yeah, like for once I'm here and I'm not going on Valhalla, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Obviously can't film it now, I'll have to do a review afterwards. It'll be similar to when I do other scare attractions. This one's open all year though, and that's great. Right then, this is Leo the Lion. Basically a piece of history underneath the Noah's Ark, and I've never actually really looked at this in person. I found out about it fairly recently, but I never actually got a chance to come around and see it because you queue up there. So yeah, it's looking tired. I do agree with why this building's controversial, because it is a piece of history, but then the whole top floor's empty. You know, the actual moving Noah's Ark bit. So to be honest, I'd understand if they demolish this. This isn't one of the things that... But anyway, obviously the main reason I'm here is because of Pasaje Del Terror, which is in there. That's a better look at the facade. It's just in the side of the casino, which again needs a lot of TLC. I mean, this monorail, look, there's bits of scaffolding supporting it. This needs to completely come down. I know that there's some supports that need to keep, but the actual track, I'm sure they could relocate some of the cables and stuff and get rid of it, because it's looked a mess for years. But yeah, in terms of the experience, I could have started it at the exit, but I didn't want to, because you'd see it and you'd think, well, this looks terrible, this doesn't look well themed. Because there is a bar, which it should still be open, they've still got a sign for it, but it's just closed. The space is open, yeah, but they haven't got it open. They should just take the sign down. I think it's not shut permanently, because it looks like it is still open, probably at Halloween and in the summer. Maybe if you come any time during the holidays. It's just that this is a weekend out of season. I mean, the Pleasure Beach is open, but I mean, it's not during the holidays. But in terms of the actual scare maze, this is my favourite scare maze now. I mean, it's all different horror films. You've got... it's sort of like a dungeon, but... not... like, there are a lot of... It's like a bit of a mixture. It's similar to Inhumane at Great Yarmouth. That's the closest one I've done. And I've done a POV of that in the last Fairground Frights video. And it's kind of like that, because... And also the beginning of the Institute, but... which is also at Yarmouth. That one wasn't that great, to be honest. I think the first half was good, but the second half wasn't that good. But it's full of... This is the most actors, I think. The longest maze of anyone I've done. It's close to Compound when I did it for the first time. But I feel like this is more consistent. Because there's always going to be a lot of actors. The groups are never huge. You're still going to be in a group, most likely. It's just that it's smaller. But you've got different horror films. I mean, my favourite scene's definitely The Exorcist, because there's like an animatronic bed and with an actor on it. There's loads of really close to your face jump scares. There's some sort of subtly creepy bits, like Michael Myers, because he doesn't really do a jump scare. He just holds a knife over the... I guess it's always the first person in the group. You know, the corridors are all really well done. It's very immersive in there. I think because it's underground, it's kind of like another world. You don't realise that it's in this building, because it's not really. It's not in the building that you can see here. It's beneath it. You do have to go down a long staircase at the beginning, and then you get a bit of a pre-show, and then... Well, it's more of a briefing, then you go down the stairs again, and then you go in and you've got a dead body, basically, and you get... bit of well, it's a similar style of introduction, and then there's a cage that rattles behind you, and then you move on. What I loved is there's this sort of... It's like a haunted toy collector's kind of workshop, and there's like a Chucky doll that speaks to you in there. There's an Annabelle, there's a Pennywise statue, there's a Frankenstein's monster. There's loads of little... I guess there's a lot of little references. If you did some sort of behind the scenes, which I don't think they do very often. They have done it in the past, but I feel like there's a lot of references you could enjoy. They open a bookcase for you to get into the next room, and the finale is fantastic. got chainsaws, which, you know, you see in a lot of mazes, but they're blowing air as well. So you actually feel them as if they're going up to your face, which I've never seen before. I guess it's probably quite a common thing at some of the independent scare attractions, but I've never done any of them. It's good that they've got... I've never seen, like, actors roaming around outside before either. It's going to be one of them where, similar to Shaft 13, which was my favourite one before, I'm going to think of different things when I'm thinking about this, like, that I forgot to mention, to be honest. Because there's so many different references in there, and I think they have updated some bits over time, but the jump scares are on point. Loads of in-your-face ones, loads of different rooms in there. It's very long, it just keeps going. The ending was disappointing because of the, you know, I probably wouldn't have spent too long in there, but it's just a shame when you come out and it's just this empty room with tarpaulin over all the windows. It's like, it's a shame when you come out of this immersive experience and then it's just that at the end. But yeah, there's a lot of scenes with multiple actors in, which is great. You don't see that very often. So yeah, this is definitely my favourite scare maze. Like I said, there was that issue. Pleasure Beach isn't perfect. There's still a lot of things that they need to sort out. That is probably one of them. If it's not open during the holidays, fine, just advertise it. Maybe even sort of temporarily wall it off, so you just go through a corridor, and then you're not going to see all of that. Because it doesn't look great. You know, the theming and the rest of it's obviously had so much thought. They've obviously updated it to add some new films in there and new props and bits around. But yeah, I think, yeah, there's definitely some improvements. But the scare maze, it's perfect. I mean, again, like when there's new horror films, probably update it. But yeah, you've got the classics. There's a Freddy scene in there. There may have been a Jason before. There wasn't in there now. But yeah, there's a lot of clowns, because of course there are. And some of them are really sort of like right in your face when you walk into a room as well. It just, honestly, I think it sort of combines the best version of different things I've seen in different scare mazes. So there's always going to be something that's going to make you jump in there. I mean, I still get jump scared because I enjoy the adrenaline from it. I don't know if I'd lose that if I did more of them. But yeah, it's got the sort of dungeon scenes where you stay in a room up against the wall. You've got the scenes where you just walk straight through. Sometimes you have to wait. And that is the format of it. It's literally just combining it. And I think with it being open all year, if you're not at Halloween, you want to do a scare maze, you're going to see every different type of scare maze combined into one with this. It's great. Still only about 15 minutes, but it feels longer, I think, because there's so much theming. But yeah, so I mean, I don't know if next time I'll be at Pleasure Beach, it's maybe next year. I really want to get back on Big One, but River Caves is not going to be done until 2027, and it's not the same, is it? We got Valhalla back. We had that sweet spot where there was about 6 months of both, and then River Caves shut, and then we're still lacking a dark ride, and it's sad. Yeah, so I might come back next year for Big One, and then after that it won't be till. I hope River Caves is 2027. If not, I don't know. Well, it better be 2028, I suppose. But yeah, I think. So my next thing I'm going to do is going to be Coral Island. Get them 2 dark rides there. Then I don't think I'll get a chance to do the Toy Museum, unfortunately. I'll have to come back for that. There's always things in Blackpool that I haven't done for ages. I'm going to have to do Ripley's at some point, maybe next year. But, because I haven't done that for about 10 years. So I'll do that. I'll have to do the Toy Museum. I will be doing the Illuminations tonight. So that's still 4 videos in one day, which I think is still a record. Apart from maybe when I did Yarmouth and I did sort of 2 vlogs and then 2 bits of vlogs, but this is the first time I've done like 4 things in one day completely. And then yeah, tomorrow's Birmingham Market, which I don't know if I want to go on the rides there. I might do the Ferris wheel, maybe the carousel, not the coaster. It's just too expensive. It's more expensive than some of the rides at Winter Wonderland, and I've had a whole war in the comments about Winter Wonderland being overpriced, because it is. I know it's London, but you think of the value for it's not. It might be leagues ahead of other events. I've never been, I can't say that, but it can't be that much to be justified. So yeah, but I won't do the coast this year. They haven't got air either, and that was expensive. But yeah, so that's for tomorrow. And then I don't know, there probably won't be much then. I don't think I'll get Land of Lights in Rotherham, so that'll probably be potentially it for the season, apart from my Fantasy Island Planet Coaster video that I'm working on. But that might be it for 2025. I don't know. But yeah, from Pasaje Del Terror anyway, great scare maze, my favourite now. It's beat Shaft 13. But they're definitely going to be more honest about the way it ends, because you come out of the bookcase and you're like, oh, okay, that's a shame. But yeah, it's very well thought out in there.